what's Fortnite? And I
What's
tried
Fortnite?
to explain it. I was like, it's every 2 weeks, right? They thought I was being. That's,
Oh, like you got it with the gullible fucking.
yeah.
Oh, that's
I was so
hilarious.
serious too. I was like, it's a game, you know. Like, I was like, yeah, I fucking played it ages ago. I'm just fucking with you. It's a
Oh
new
my
Eddie.
god,
Uh,
that is hilarious. Oh, it's funny when you
and
get
then
people with that.
and then she said, make you look stupid. I'm like, yeah, but getting their reaction is what's fucking hilarious. Because
Exactly.
they try and explain something. I'm like, I know exactly what it is.
Exactly. Just being the typical, being a dick,
Being a dick.
being a dick.
Making the other person feel like a dick because they're like
Oh,
trying to explain something. And I was like, no, it's this. And they're like Fortnite every 2 weeks. They
yeah.
just they didn't say a word.
So that's why I hate it with my phone when I try and say Fortnite, and it goes Fortnite. It's like not that Fortnite, the actual Fortnite. Like fuck me. I want the every 2 weeks, not the fucking game. Like it's so bad now that phones just autocorrect to that. It's fucking pain
I,
in the ass.
I, I turned mine off, so it's
Fuck
good.
off. Fuck off. I haven't really played much Fortnite this season.
Neither is yours, I don't think.
It's just I'll get around to it eventually once there's more challenges up. But yeah. But
I
anyway,
might install it again though.
you might.
If I've got it installed, I can just randomly play it whenever I feel like it. If someone's playing, or
Yeah.
that's 8 terabytes, I can just install games and leave them.
That's it. Fucking
The
whatever.
updates that get will fucking get you.
Yeah, well, speaking of that, like with things like fucking Fortnite, sometimes the updates aren't updates,
Updates.
and you gotta friggin' uninstall the game completely to reinstall, like to download the update. Like it's so dumb. Happened with the
What?
Switch. Had to uninstall Fortnite so I could reinstall Fortnite for the new update on the Switch.
That's just bad management.
It's like what the.
No other game does that.
It's the Switch. But
No, it's them as well. It's
yeah,
Epic on the other end of that too. Like they can't just make it
roll out
overwrite the thing
exactly. Like fuck. But
like
anyway,
every other thing.
fucking. Before we get any further, we'll roll on into the episode. What's up, Beards and Beardettes? Welcome back to another fine episode of the Beardy Bros Podcast. Jim didn't do any woo woo this week. He didn't do the woo
No,
woo.
woo!
That's everything's working fine.
Well, a different intro, bro.
I know.
Every now and
I
then.
do want to say though, because it's been stewing on me all. You just stick your finger in it. I do want to
No,
say because.
I went to grab it like that.
Oh, you
I'm like, I just held it
dummy.
there. I was like, no, it's not a handle.
Fuck. No, bloody I do want to say because it's been stewing on me all week. Personally, I hated last week's episode.
Why?
I don't know. It just seemed like such a boring episode. I was going through and I was trying to edit it because listening back over it, it was just so boring. It's just so boring. I personally hate it. I'm just like I
It
got
happened.
bored.
So
I got bored editing, trying to make it look better, make the episode seem more inviting. And I tried to give it some pop to make it seem more like yeah. And I was just like, nothing's gonna save this video. Delete the edit. Just upload. Like,
that's the thing. No
uh,
podcast in the world can be perfect every fucking
no.
week.
I mean, it just felt like
It's
trying
still
to get everything up.
perfect. It's just the subject matter and
It was pretty meh to begin with as well. Like we weren't enthusiastic about the whole thing anyway. So,
that's weird. I'm always enthusiastic about it.
well, I mean, it was the Xbox. It was the Xbox showcase. Like there was nothing
Oh,
to.
that's why, because I was too shitty about
Yeah,
that.
and I was saying there's nothing to be enthusiastic about. So it kind of added
No,
to it, and then
wasn't, was
try to
there?
like do this to pick it up and add things to it. And I don't know. It just felt this week. I'm already feeling it like fine already. I'm like,
But I
hey,
must say right away that Nintendo Direct was fucking amazing.
that was good. I stayed up for it. Well, it was midnight. It dropped, and you were streaming. I was like,
Yeah,
I'm
at a
gonna watch it.
good time.
Okay, I didn't stream it, but I recorded it and I uploaded my video onto YouTube. Towards the end, it's funny as because on the recording, towards the end of the episode, I'm sitting there and I'm like, yeah, this is pretty good. This is pretty good. Yeah, yeah,
No.
yeah. Oh, no, I didn't like that one. I didn't like that one. Oh, what's the next one? Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
So do what
Oh,
you.
yeah. and I watched back over it at the end, like the last 10, 20 minutes, and it's just me just
That's
like
what you were doing to Alice Madness Returns. You were playing. This was like,
it's funny because I'm sitting there like looking at it, like going, "Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, cool, that's cool." They had that. I just drift off.
I don't know how you fucking do that.
And I
Like, I
come
wish
back,
I
I'm
could
like,
do that.
and there's like a game, and I'm just like, "Oh no, I didn't like that one." It's like, yeah, because I wasn't watching half of it. That's why I didn't like
Yeah, well,
it.
from what I saw, it looked fucking good.
But
Like,
no.
you know, release dates for stuff
Like,
and gameplay for things and
I did like the there was a lot of bringbacks of like Pikmin 1 and 2, and they had like the
Pikmin 1 and
old
2.
Super Mario RPG.
Got a remake.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I'm like, I want to get these.
I've never played that, but I probably will on the
Played
Switch.
a bit of it. Like played through emulators. Played a bit of it.
It's not
Wasn't
Final
bad, but-
Fantasy, but Mario, right? Like,
Yeah,
it looks like
kind of basically. Kind of.
turn-based combat. Like,
And then there's a solo Peach game. I was like, that'd be pretty cool.
solo Peach game.
Yeah, so you play as Peach and you follow her journey quest, whatever she's doing. So I was like,
Okay,
fuck yeah.
that's weird. But
Yeah, I was
so
like,
no Mario, Bowser, Luigi, no one.
it's
It's
just,
just
it's just Peach, yeah.
Is Toad there?
I think there was some Toads,
Toad will have to be there.
but yeah. I was like, I'm down for it. Basically, I'm like, I need to get myself Pikmin. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right, Splatoon 3. I was
Pikmin's out now on digital.
Pikmin 4, yeah. I need to get it. And there was like
Pikmin
Luigi's
1
Mansion.
and 2 are out now.
Luigi's Mansion as well. They showed off the remake of that, or remaster, or whatever it is, the HD up.
Is there a Luigi's Mansion coming? Like the GameCube one?
Dark something? Dark Moon? Dark. Is it Luigi's Mansion Dark Mansion? Dark Moon? Dark. Something, but yeah, they're doing a
Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon? Coming in 2024, okay.
That's a remake as well.
It's from 2013.
Yeah. So I don't know which one that was. That number 2, or is that a different one? I'm trying to figure if that was the second one.
No, that's Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon coming to Switch 2024.
So that's this one then.
It was on the 3DS.
Yeah, this one here.
Yeah, but it's now called Dark Moon.
I recently bought that a while ago. Do you know how much I paid for this? I picked up like the other. Did I tell you? I thought this like
Yeah, $3 or $4.
Yeah, it was really cheap. Fucking from Big W. They had a clearance on their old games.
Crazy.
I bought a bunch of games. I was like, oh, I'll hold on to those.
That's a sequel to the 2001 GameCube game, Luigi's Mansion.
It was weird that was on 3DS.
Weird that it's a sequel like 12 years later, but you know.
And then there's 3 as well. 3 came out on Wii U. Or was it Switch?
Well, you mentioned 3.
Was it the Switch?
3 come out 2019. That's a Switch game.
Yeah.
Yeah, Switch.
I wanted to get that.
Now, while they're doing 2, what do you think you go to 4?
Well, that's like 4 with Pikmin 4 coming out, and they're re-releasing 1 and 2, but then like 3 was on the Wii.
Where's 3? Is that
Like, wouldn't you bring that to Switch as
Maybe?
well? Like, I don't know. It's interesting.
I've never played Pikmin, so I'm going to jump into 1 and 2 for the first time.
Mindfully saying
the
too,
Switch.
I didn't even say before when I was talking, for those that are listening might not have got the reference with what I was saying. So basically what I was saying before was, when I kind of went quiet and I was reenacting to Jim, it was basically I was nodding off, falling asleep while watching the Nintendo Direct. So those that might not be like, what the fuck is he going on about? Basically watching it and just nodding off, literally just falling asleep and then waking back up being like, oh yeah, and then nodding off again. I woke myself up after that. I was so tired. After I watched the show, I gave myself a quick wank and I woke up again. So
Got that fucking adrenaline going.
I was like, yeah, I'm up.
Got
I'm
the
up.
dopamine.
Get the fucking.
And actually, Pikmin 3 is on the Switch and the Wii U. Come out 2013.
Oh, it is on the Switch. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't too sure.
You get from JB Hi-Fi, bro.
For $80.
For
$70.
69
70, yeah.
for a game that came out a decade ago.
Yep.
Thanks, Nintendo.
By the way, this week I'm drinking some Bilson's Portello cordial.
I'll get Portello cordial.
Yeah, the Bilsons.
I'm just that's why I hate Nintendo, man.
I know they're games. Good thing
You can
was
get
though.
you get all 4 games from JB Hi-Fi. Guess what the price is? Pikmin 1 and 2 are 64. That seems fair.
2.
Then you got 3, which is 69.
And then 4's.
Then you got 4, which is 69. Why is a 10-year-old game the same price as 4?
That's Nintendo.
Riddle me that.
I was impressed though that I was like at EB, they had with their sales on. They had
Why do they all look like the same game though?
was it Ruby?
Graphically, they all look the
No.
same.
What's that? Not the last Pokemon game. I'm trying to think what was that Pokemon game.
Sword and Shield,
The Sword and Shield. What's after that? There was
Scarlet, and
Violet.
yeah,
Is that the late? That's the latest ones, isn't it?
yeah.
And what was the ones before? There was one before that. There was Sapphire. Was it? Or was it Ruby and Sapphire before that?
Check. Yeah, Scarlet and Violet. That's that one.
That's the latest one. What was the one just before that? Was that Ruby and
Sun and Moon.
Sun and no? It's on the
Sword and
Switch.
Shield, Sun and Moon. They're the other ones. They're on the Switch.
They're at EB Games, and then one of them was like $39, while the other one was like 59. I was like, what?
What's the $20 price difference?
I was like, what? I'm trying to remember which
Like
one it was.
Pikmin 3 looks like Pikmin 4, which looks like Pikmin 1 and 2. I don't know what the graphically, graphic wise. Have you ever played them? Like, what are they exactly?
Pikmin.
Are they fun?
They're kind of fun to run around.
Essentially, strategically overcome obstacles and defeat creatures.
Diamond and Pearl. That's what it was. It was Diamond.
Oh, Diamond and Pearl. That's not new. That's like fucking years ago now.
That came out just after. That's just before Scarlet and Violet.
So if you want all the Pikmin games from JB, it's roughly $200. Well, it's 170 something.
But we've said that before. That's the annoying
180.
part about Nintendo games. It's like, and people buy them either way, but no one complains about it. No one will complain about the price hikes, and they stay up. Like, well, people do, but they just don't do.
I'm gonna try another resource. I'm just gonna try this. I'm putting Pikmin 3 because that's.
But got distracted where he's
3.
looking at. Well, I'll say again, I have got the Portello cordial. So how I made my drink tonight was trying to get it close to the Bilsons, but I didn't have the vodka. So it was a shot of Portello cordial, a shot of vodka, and then some water.
Ooh.
Not sparkling water, so it's still water.
Oh, so it's not soda.
Close.
It's not soda water.
Well, they only have sparkling water, not even soda water. So it's like,
I tried on eBay. Pikmin 3 is $84.
God damn.
Or
It's still pretty strong.
98 again for someone else, or you get it for 59 with $12 shipping. So technically, you get it from EB. I mean, JB.
Well,
that's crazy how they're the cheapest.
Do want to bring up the sub in the room.
You know, Pikmin and Pikmin 2 run the Wii.
Yeah.
Literally on the Wii, you can get it for $30.
I got one of them on the Wii. I think it might have been 2.
Yeah,
on the Wii.
2 looks cool. Look like a giant spider on the case, or a giant ant. But I might pick them up though, like to get all the Pikmin from JB because
it'd be a bit cheaper.
Yeah, a lot cheaper. $100 per game compared to 69. Yeah, I never played, so nice to stream them eventually, like just out the house.
Yeah, that's it. They are fun
just
to play.
have them like
collection. The further games have done a little bit more. They're like adding more.
It's cool. Like Overlord. It looks like you got your minions, you can attack things with them, and
basically, yeah,
do puzzles and stuff with them. So
yeah, you send them to different color. You go, okay, reds go to the red marker, yellow go to yellow marker, or go swarm, grab this and move this to here, and do all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty much like that. But yeah,
I wouldn't say. I mean, it wouldn't be a kids game, would it? Like it not specifically.
No, kind of. It is kind of a.
But
kids
it seems like one. Like
it's a family,
just the way
family
it works.
friendly game, kids family game. Like it's adults love it. I love playing Pikmin at any age.
Yeah.
That's why I want to go back and play them again because they were so fun. And it would be kind of compared to other games, which we'll come back to in a second, at some point in the episode. Want to do mention a few things. So like I said before, I want to mention the sub in the room. We heard about that's been going on for like the last 2 weeks now. That submersible that went missing.
Oh, the last 7 days because it's only been gone since Sunday.
I guess so. Yes, it's been a week then. So yeah, it gets confusing with news. Submersible. So that went missing, and now presumably the news is they found it, and it had been imploded in on itself. Apparently, is the news they're saying. So who knows what the actual outcome is? But unfortunately, the news has come out and said that they have passed away. It was 5 men on the submersible. Yeah, so it's like,
including
goddamn.
the CEO of Ocean Gate, who ran the thing,
So that's added a
which is absolutely crazy. Like,
sharp impression on the company. The CEO being
yeah, well, they knew they
defocalizing.
were in shit straight away because it took them 8 hours to report it missing when it shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's. I think they by then. I think that was already. Then that's why I think the whole. Oh no,
They
they're running
already
out of
fucking knew what
oxygen.
happened.
I think that's what I said. I think the whole running out of oxygen thing was a cover up to try and see how long they could like try and maybe find things before things got hit,
Yeah,
passed out, and then they're like,
because
oh,
it takes them 2 to get down and 2 to get up.
and decompression. I reckon that happened way earlier on. That collapse.
That was at the hour 40 mark when they
Yeah,
lost contact. That was done then. Like,
yeah. That was contact because it's just everything.
they should have already known that. They couldn't just lose thing like
Yeah,
something happened. That was catastrophic.
yeah.
They should have just
That's
up in front and just said they just lost them. Like,
100%.
they dragged the families through the last fucking week just praying. They're like, bruh, they've been gone the whole time. Like, that's dirty.
I mean, there's been a lot of jokes coming out of it. Mainly because like the controller, I know that. The Logitech controller with the
I
extended.
found
3D.
that funny that every news reporter called it a PlayStation controller
Well, it's PlayStation
when it's
controller
a PC one.
or an Xbox controller. My mum goes, "Oh, the submersible's being used by an Xbox controller." I'm like, "No, it was."
Well, it is an Xbox controller, but it's for the PC.
Yeah,
It's a Logitech Xbox controller.
yeah.
It's not a
weird.
PlayStation one, it's not an Xbox one. Technically, it's an Xbox one, but
Yeah.
they just think PlayStation because it's gaming. Like, you
Well,
seen that thing?
It had the joysticks at the bottom like the PlayStation. That was the thing.
Yeah.
It had the two at the bottom. So it's the F710 model. Surprisingly enough, I was looking through earlier. The stocks for Logitech actually peaked on yesterday.
You know, for a
No,
controller,
what's that?
like, oh, yeah.
Wednesday. No, what am I thinking of? Wednesday. What's that? Yesterday. Today's Saturday. Doi. Wednesday.
Yeah, today's Saturday.
My mind's a bit confused. So their stocks were up pretty high. Wednesday came. It plummeted really sharp and then spiked right up. I'm like, geez, what's
Yeah, that got
Logitech
nothing to do with
like?
Logitech though. That's
No.
the weird part.
But another weird thing that's kind of funny is sales on eBay for those controllers have gone up. So
There's some weird people out there,
yeah, so there's been plenty selling this week of those controllers.
and there was a developer on Steam who is a bit sad because their game about it being trapped in a submarine underwater that took off. I was like,
Sales, yep.
fucking hell.
I tried. I don't think I know. I didn't send you the link. I was going to. Destiny has made a meme on it as well. They've actually got a pack in Destiny. That's the ship is like it's called a submersible. It's a ship and it's got the same similar decal as well as Ocean Gate. They made everything. They've done the whole thing. It says.
Why?
It said it's one of the quotes on the ship itself says it should withstand pressure, right? And it's just like, oh,
No.
shit, yeah, shit you not. It's on fucking Destiny. I'll send you the clip afterwards. So there's a
On
default
Destiny
skin.
2.
What? Yeah, yeah, and one of the skin, like I said, one of the skins for it is close to being Ocean Gate's.
Was it
'cause that
made
grey.
by the devs or was it
I'll send you the thing.
I mean, it's not really a bad thing, but it's like,
The
bruh.
memes. The memes. Everyone's getting on the memes, like, for it. Like, I mean, I can understand definitely. It does
I'm not because, hey, people died. Like, fuck.
I'll say it definitely feels in bad taste now that because we know the presumption was they were going to be dead anyway because they were going, you know, you're going down
Everyone knew it.
Titanic, you're submersive down into Titanic and they got missing. You think, you know,
The only thing that could have happened, they could have got wedged. But even then, they still had comms, maybe. The fact they just went, boom,
just lost contact.
that's definitely a...
So,
And
I mean,
they
it does
actually
feel
knew that going down there, that it could do that.
well in their contract agreement they signed in the first paragraph.
There was 99 ways to die down there, and that was one of them.
Yeah, it said the word "die" 3 times on the front page, like. But I mean, rich people do rich things. More money than sense.
I would have
maybe,
done with a better company than that. They would use experimental resources.
Well, it looked like a seaman and it had like the one little porthole at the front. Imagine trying to
That's
be in
what
that.
they are, though, to go down there.
Like-
That's what all of them are,
I
except
know.
that was made with carbon fiber and that which...
I know. Like, you're hearing about all this stuff. Like, wouldn't you have tested it? Like,
Well,
test
you know,
ships?
James Cameron has made 33 trips down there, and he said that was wrong.
With a proper submarine. Have you
what
seen
they
his
did.
submarine? It had like the
Yeah, he
full
built
open
that
window,
himself.
like the full open windowed fucking.
He built that himself, but that is made with, like, steel and titanium. Not carbon fiber and
Yeah, because he's been
plastic.
down to the Titanic. He's been down there and shit.
33 trips, man.
Yeah.
And he went deeper. He went like 3 times deeper in the Mariana Trench.
Yeah.
With it, like
Yeah.
he'd been like way lower, like
Yeah.
3 times down. Like he knoes what he's doing. And he said he wouldn't get in that sub.
It's exactly. There's 5 rich guys. One being the owner of the company.
The fact they did that, I mean, it sucks. But what was just going to happen?
Yeah. So it's just crazy. I did make memes.
Thankfully, they didn't suffer though.
No, well that's it.
It was turned to instant bam. They wouldn't even known.
No, they would.
They wouldn't have known. They just
thinking about thinking about that. That's a bit rough. Just thinking,
yeah,
squished sardines, just instantly squished. Like
that's the best way to go. Though.
Well, actually, might not have been the squish. It would have been even just the instant because that, like the implosion, the pressure. Even before it squished, I think everything would have just
everything just crumbled like just
beforehand. Well, you got to think the split second because it happens so quickly. Even that quick
they wouldn't
pressure,
even know it was coming. They would have just
even the change of pressure. So even if that wasn't to collapse, that change of pressure alone can actually impact your body as well. So even if that didn't crumple in,
not when you're in the sub.
No, that's what I'm saying. But if like water pressure, they flick between that air pressure in there.
They might have heard the outside making noises, and then just.
That's what I'm saying. That alone can just shut the body. So quickest way.
Before they even knew it, they were gone. Thankfully, where they're not like stuck down there for like 4 days without oxygen, like running out and shit. Like that would have been shit.
By then they would have. Yeah, that's it.
Because nothing can get you down there. They had nothing to get them up with, really. Like, what the fuck's gonna drag that up?
Yeah.
You can't just open it and go to another one because.
Yeah, they drop a crane in or something, and they hook it on, and they pull it back up or some stupid weird shit or whatever it's supposed to.
That's still that's a long way. That's 2.5 miles, bro.
It's a weird thing that they do with them. They're weird, those ships.
Yeah, that's only when they're coming up. They get to a certain point, they hook them on and lift them up. But they would have to get back up first, which they couldn't if they were stuck.
Yeah, that's it.
Because as I said, James Cameron explained everything. He went with 2 subs and everything. Like he went for if you got stuck and wanted to get the other one out. Like the other team just I don't know what their goal was really. I feel like experimental sub. Like that's just bad from the start.
Experimental. Wouldn't you go an unmanned remote control?
I would have tested it first.
No, let's just jump in it together and go down. Yeah.
The fact that I was controlled by a fucking Logitech.
The Darwin Award.
When you look at James Cameron's, he's in this little fucking pit and he's got the whole fucking control scheme. Like he's got everything there.
A proper thing, like not a controller.
Probably not a whole like stick shift. He's got like a little wheel and shit. Like you can move around with.
Yeah.
Not a. Imagine if that stopped working.
Oh, which it did apparently.
Because as we know, controllers can just stop working.
Which that's what they said as well. The controller just stopped working. Or something apparently.
I wonder why.
But anyway,
it just shouldn't have happened. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They shouldn't have went down with it.
$250,000 a ticket. Like that was a.
That's the US, which is like 300,000 or 400,000.
It's crazy.
$250,000 just gone.
But anyway, that's not really the biggest news on the internet. I think this week. I think the biggest news on the internet this week, at least YouTube alone, is Anthony and Ian buying Smosh.
Smosh? They're getting it back from Rhett and Link.
Yeah, they bought it back. They own it. So.
Yeah. Yeah, they only had hold of it while they were gone. I think like they bought it.
Well, Defy bought it. So because Defy, when it went bunk in 2018, it was a sinking ship, and then Rhett and Link would go, "We'll buy it," because he talked to Ian. And they were like, "We'll save it, we'll buy it, so it doesn't like literally just dissolve into nothing and fully break down." And when they
just for when they get back to it.
Well, whatever was going to happen, they're just like, "We'll own it, just so whatever."
Well, they could have
owned
it forever and nothing happened. Like,
and then Ian and Anthony had decided to speak 6 months ago, and they're like already on that similar page, like, "Yep, let's do it." And they got back together and they've decided to buy it, and it's like great. And literally, they've already started changing their page around. So. Today I was looking at it because I've been watching the videos they've been posting. These latest videos they posted are fucking skyrocketed. Like that that Smosh video they uploaded, the announcement video, It's got like millions of views over any other videos that they have on their Smosh channel, like in the last 5 years or so.
If people want to Smosh back, like,
And all that content, that new stuff they've been
and
doing.
they get all
like,
these new fans as well who've never heard of them, like.
So it's just crazy how much views.
Especially when Smosh started, YouTube was only fucking small. Like
2008, they started.
Yeah, that was. Now they got way more people to get.
And
back then, like YouTube was only a niche thing.
Yeah. Even Anthony's his A Day With, whatever is that talk show thing he does, interview series. Even that video with him and Ian has got like a shit ton views. Like it's one of his most viewed videos as well now.
Ooh.
Like on that as well. It's like fucking hell, like it's shot past in only like a couple of days. It's just fucking pew, like fucking skyrocketed, and it's like the internet is healing. Like the YouTube is healing. It almost feels like because that was a big part of YouTube. Like that was, that's what you think of YouTube. But like for us anyway, you think of YouTube. That's what you think of was Smosh back then, and it just wasn't really that. And then 2012, 2013, internet was being weird.
Didn't even go long either, really. Like
2012, 2013 was when YouTube started getting weird, and that's kind of when it started.
Yeah, no, they
and
just stopped.
That's around the time they got bought was 2012 by Defy, and that's when Smosh got a bit weird. Like they picked up with like higher production stuff, but it did feel a bit weird. And then
but they left at the hype. They left at the high of YouTube
because he left it. Because Anthony left it. I think he said 2017. He finally left. I think no, it might have been a bit before that, like 2016.
Would have been before that.
But yeah, he left a few years before Defy went flunk. So there was a few years there where it was running.
It was actually good that I was Brett and Link who actually got it though.
Made sense. It worked perfectly. It's similar people because
anyone could have just grabbed that.
Yeah, and they're also themselves at the forefront of YouTube as well. Pretty much, like they were early on as well. Like, but the fact they're back and like I said, their YouTube channel.
They've been going for what do they say? Like 10 years, I think now. Like Brett and Link?
Something. They've been going for a long time. Oh no, longer than that, aren't they? Because they were around like when YouTube started. That was like what 2010 was like when YouTube started.
Let me have a look.
Because they were like on the start when YouTube began, like a lot of these YouTubers, but like some of their
wait, was it their Rhett and Link channel, or was it the Good Mythical Morning?
Rhett and Link channel was their first channel.
Okay, so Rhett and Link
was when they started.
Oh, the oldest fucking video.
Yeah, otherwise you could. Just
I got one coming out today actually.
Yeah,
it's weird. Rhett had his hair down and like straightened and everything.
Oh, and I think Link's got his hair up. I think it's for that new song.
Yeah.
My hair goes up and my hair goes down.
And it's got that.
Yeah, it's that new music.
You got the goatee happening.
Because they redid for their LP.
No, it's not. It's a 22-minute video called "The Quest for the Brown Diamond."
They do that, but they have a song in the episode. They've done it with every episode so far. It's pretty good.
He got like a. Red's got like a. I don't know. He looks like a. He's got like a woman's hairdo. It's funny.
Because the last one was
it's like the bob.
The 80s, wasn't it? The last one they did was their 80s episode.
Fuck. Creators since 2006.
Yep.
Good Mythical Morning since 2012.
Yep.
Best Friends since 1984.
Yeah.
How has that channel only got 5 mil subs?
Oh, that's crazy.
5.2 mil. 5.02 mil.
That's weird.
That's crazy. And yet Good Mythical Morning has got almost 20 million.
Yeah.
Like,
but they didn't post as much. I think it's
I first watched Rhett and Link before Good Mythical Morning, I think.
Yeah, so, I watched Rhett and Link. I followed Rhett and Link before they did Good Mythical Morning.
Yeah, like since 2006.
Like Tobuscus, was another OG, and he's not really around anymore. Like he tries to make content, but it's just not there for him anymore after that issue he got caught up in.
What was 16 years ago? What year would that be?
How long ago?
They have a video here from 16 years ago.
What? 2023?
Yeah.
So take away 10, which would be 13. Take away...
Oh, that was in 2006 or 7?
Yeah.
They got a video in there called the Facebook song.
Yeah, makes sense.
Like, that was fucking hell. They were literally right on YouTube straight up.
Yeah. I said all these people that were there from the get-go. Smosh, Rhett and Link, Tobuscus was there.
Yeah, but Rhett and Link are the only ones that I know of who've been from the very start, who are still going.
There, yeah. Like I said, Tobuscus fell off.
Everyone else has really, like,
Shane Dawson was there.
Form.
Like Shane Dawson was there from the get-go kind of thing, but he's now fallen off. There was like Justine. She just doesn't really do it anymore.
It's literally just them, like Rhett and Link.
They're the only ones that have naturally been there the whole time. Because PewDiePie came in late. Markiplier was in late. Jacksepticeye was late. Like...
Yeah, they were more like 2012,
Yeah, exactly.
2011, 10. Markiplier was about 2009, I think. 10.
What's his name? Chocolate Rain. He was from the get-go of YouTube.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Chocolate Rain. Some stay dry and others feel the pain. Chocolate. Do you remember that? That's the beginning of YouTube. Demonetized as part of that. Chocolate Rain.
I don't want to look at the old Red Link videos.
But yeah, the Smosh channel, they've restructured their channel and they've pushed everything out of the homepage. So the homepage now on their YouTube channel is literally classic Smosh. They've restructured it around. So uploads are still there of the new stuff that were like recently new, but Smosh...
They got the old and the new separate.
Well, the Smosh channel itself, that main Smosh channel, is looking at going back to that traditional Smosh content. So anything else that's like that other videos
The
are
only
doing...
thing is, like, but for how long before they go, again? Like...
Well, that new that stuff they've been doing, that's on Smosh Pit. So that stuff's on that channel now. So all the game show stuff they were doing, because they were kind of linking it on Smosh Pit. And
so they pretty much just got it back, but they're not really...
They just
They just own their old IP again, like...
Yeah, they own the whole thing properly themselves, so that's cool. So there's
Yeah,
Smosh games.
It's like Smosh Pit themselves, right?
Smosh Pit came a little bit after, but they still own that. That's under the branch of Smosh.
Yeah, so they pretty much just got their Smosh back, like...
Yeah, they own everything.
Just because they wanted it back.
Yeah, they actually own it themselves. 100% theirs.
So Red and Link owned the fucking videos then, like they own everything.
They actually own their content again. Like they used to, like their classic Smosh videos. They owned because they made them, but then they sold it over to Defy.
That's
so their
crazy,
content was
isn't
owned by Defy, and now they've actually... Then Red and Link bought it. So Red and Link were technically making earnings off it, but they were paying them. But now, the actual CEOs now, technically because they own it, are Anthony and Ian. They are the heads because they own it. They are the... Yep. It's crazy. And they've already been spinning. I
guess that'd be the right time to do it as well. They couldn't just do it earlier or...
Well, that's what he said in one of the videos. He goes, it kind of worked out the best because I didn't feel like it too soon. And if we left it for another 2 years, it may not have, it just happened to me now. It was just one of those things and it just happened to be the right time. And it works.
Right.
So they've got that announcement on Smosh. They've got 2 videos on Smosh Pit and a video on Smosh Games. I think it was. And then they have their new skit coming next week, which will be this week. When this episode goes live, will be this week.
Yeah, this week.
Yeah. So I'm like, damn, we're getting some Smosh back. Hopefully the internet feels whole almost again. Filling that gaping hole.
We're feeling like 2010 all over again. 2012.
People keep... Because that's the weird part. People always keep saying... Because when people like come up with Smosh, be like, oh, I want the old Smosh back. Why can't we have anything? People always come with the old... It's because you have this nostalgia feeling. It's because of how you felt when you were younger. And so it's like, no, it's actually not. Like, Smosh literally became kind of doo-doo. I unsubscribed from Smosh because I didn't like that game show shit and all this weird stuff they were doing. Like, I didn't like it.
Yeah, that's the... Yeah. Like, I haven't watched Smosh in many, many years because it just went weird.
But now that Anthony's back, and it feels the same again. Like, the announcement video had fucking Ian's mum in it, and she's just like... It was just hilarious. She's like, get out of here. I want to watch XQC, and then it's like, oh, you and your handsome friend, like the old jokes like they had before. I'm like, oh, this is great. Back to the original Smosh. Like, I can't wait to see this skit. Like,
right?
It's just, and every video like I said they've been doing, it's just been skyrocketing. Like, everyone's watching their videos. Like, it's just amazing. Like,
let's hope they keep it up for the next fucking 10 years or so.
Yeah, hopefully. Like, damn. So they can do whatever they want now, I guess, almost, so. Burn it to the ground. They even made that joke, it's like, we either ride this or we burn it to the ground. It's like, we can burn it and burn it to the ground together.
Well, technically, since they just own Smosh anyway, they can just leave it there now. Like, they don't have to touch it.
Exactly. No have to worry about
if it doesn't feel as good, they can just leave it and do the pit stuff, like.
So it's cool. They can upload when they need to. People, all the employees they have. But yeah, I was like, damn, this is cool. Like, I'm like, yeah. I know, I'm still hyped from that fucking Smosh.
Right.
But fucking...
Feels so weird now, because I haven't thought about Smosh in like decades, so fuck.
And there's apparently a teaser...
We were kids when they were going, really. Like, we were like teens.
I don't know, Elle said she found somewhere, I don't know where, but she said there was actually a new video somewhere that they had uploaded, actually has the original intro to the new video. So like the intro card or the like they say something it's like shut up, the title card and everything like that. They've done that on one of their later videos. I don't know if it was on TikTok or something. It's like, oh, they've got it coming back. So definitely keen. I'm definitely excited.
I didn't expect it really. I just saw the written link post. I'm like,
yeah,
with you on the chair, like,
I sent you shit.
Because when you think like they're actually massive.
Yeah.
Well, Red is. Red's fucking a monster. Like he's like 7.
I know Ian was standing on the box.
6, 7.
He's
on the box. He's like, leave me in.
Let me.
But no, I knew something was happening because I saw that post and I was like, hey, my boys are back.
But
I probably still won't watch them, but I don't really watch YouTube. I just watch certain things
stuff
on YouTube.
That's it.
Like I literally, so I used to watch. I think you still watch him, but like Matthias and all that. I've stopped watching him and that. Like,
yep. Yeah, he's
he went from fun to corporate.
Well, that's why a lot of things changed. That's why he went a bit. That's why he himself realized with his channels and stuff. That's why it went very. He needed to step back and change things because he kind of felt like that himself. The too much corporate side was coming along, and
I remember watching Matthias, Markiplier, Spadicy all in the same video, like doing all the fun challenges. Like then it's like went just so weird.
Everyone went a bit weird. Everyone stopped doing stuff together, and yeah. But
because
that's why,
before Markiplier and Jack and that got big, they were all doing Matthias and
they're all working
everyone.
together.
Like they were all literally in all the one video every episode,
yeah,
doing challenges and that. Then they just went and got big. Like,
well, they all kind of were already big, but Markiplier's brought it up a few times before, and I think Jack has a couple of times.
Yeah.
It's like this because people go, oh, you're not making stuff together now. You're not friends. It's like they're still like they've said themselves, like we're still friends. It's just
they still do it, but not as often.
We have different schedules. We have different times of when we're doing stuff.
Also, they live in different places now.
So
like
that's exactly it.
Because they're like, isn't Jacksepticeye in the UK or something like
something like that? People are trying to create feuds between, make up this fan bullshit like nonsense that they hate each other and there's a fight going on. It's like there's nothing like they have to keep confirming it. Like there's nothing wrong. Like we just have different schedules.
Do different things. They were kids back then. They were like us. Like
in our 20s. Like we're now in our 30s. We're all in our 30s. Like
I do different things from back then. Like.
But like even with us, like we're not always doing the same thing. Like you're doing some shit. Like sometimes I won't hear from you for the week until the podcast. Like
yeah,
like shit happens. Sometimes we'll talk all week and we're playing games all week, and sometimes we're not talking to each other at all the week.
Like you don't always have to got a life. Like
you don't have to be up each other's asses all the fucking time. Like jeez, like that's what I feel like. Oh, they need to be like fuck off. Like the same with like Mark and Ethan. Like after the whole Unis Arnis thing, and like that kind of finished, and then they just separated, and people like they don't do because
they're still friends.
They're still friends. It's just they're doing different shit in their different places. Like Mark's been doing a lot of production stuff, so he's always working.
He's been doing like short movies.
We got that FNAF. I think he's doing the FNAF film.
I think, yeah. I'm keen for that.
So that's gonna be interesting. So yeah, he's got a lot of stuff.
But
on his channels.
Hey, people have lives, man. People change.
People do stuff. Like it happens.
Like. It's not that I won't watch them again. Like I still love them all, but like I liked it better when they're all doing the one.
Well, that's exactly. And you might find a video comes up there of them and be like, "Oh, actually, this is a cool, interesting." Like, I'll watch Markiplier for a bit, but then they'll post a Forest video, like, "Oh, and I'll binge watch their Forest series," or they're having a collab together, or they won't, or something else pops up on the channel. I'm like, "Oh, I'll watch that of Matthias's." Like, he's been doing his blogs at the moment, which is part of this weird thing he's doing. Like, it's this whole meta thing. He's after doing his 863 series. His blog channel, he's been doing some
863.
stuff.
Who?
So there's a series he did on Matthias. This is Matthias. They did a thing called Project 863. It was like the mini web series, and he did that with the whole crew and stuff like that. And that was kind of they wrapped that up, and then they turned into a book. And then people didn't like the book, but they were coming back with another series of some sort, like with I don't know what they were doing, like an audio series or something. But on the other side of that, he's liked the idea of doing this whole mystery thing that he's actually been doing puzzles and leaving little Easter eggs and clues. And he said there's a whole thing going on. He said, like, you'll find out the answers or something close to the answers at this certain date. But what was funny about it was he's doing his blogs. And when he started his blogs and when that date of when something would be revealed is when the end date of his blog series is. So I'm like, well, that's kind of obvious that the blogs. And he goes, if you'll, and he's been leaving little like, I think he's been leaving little
Leading into the
Easter eggs, like little clues. Because I'm like, in one of his vlogs videos, kind of before blog stuff he did, he had his like displays and he had his like little router thing, and it, router lights flash. Well, this router light was flashing on purpose and had a Morse code going on in the background and left the whole little message hidden. And people cracked the code. He goes, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing, or did I?" You know, because of the whole mystery thing. And people broke it all down and then led them to this this line which is related to 863 kind of thing. Like the mystery is never like whatever it was. It's like this whole mystery thing, and he led that was he was going to do more of that stuff. And it's like, well, it's kind of funny that he's got his blog series that's up for the month, and it ends at this date, which is related to this. So that means his blogs are going to have secrets between his video. But not just his channel, which is funny enough, because he said, I'm having a blog challenge with my brother-in-law, and he's posting for a month as well. It's like, so it's not just his videos. His brother-in-law's videos are going to have most probably secrets in them as well that you're going to have to find to have this whole kind of unravel mystery thing that people love to do on Reddit. And I'm like,
right.
it's smart to think that. Like, this is what, people are making these series and actually being creative. And that's what Matthias wanted to do. He wants to be creative. So he's going back to kind of almost what he used to do with his content. Like, I mean, I know a lot of his older stuff was like making music. So it'd be kind of cool if we do see maybe more of Matthias's music. Who knows? But
I just like the Team Edge stuff and that. That's what I was in there like. And then that went weird.
That went weird. I think he cut down a lot of the business that restructured a lot of it.
Plus, he had like 6 different channels for the one thing. It's like kept rebranding it just to get.
Nope's gone. Team Edge is gone. Good game.
BattleNet, I think, is still there.
It was a good game. Good game. GG.
No, good games. Fucking
no. It was
yeah.
But it was GG. But it was like theirs was GG was something similar. Like it was like that. But they shut that down.
BattleNet, I think, was Edge, but they changed the name.
BattleNet.
Because I unsubscribed from a lot of them because they haven't posted in years. I'm like,
yeah, because he shut them all down because things need to be rebalanced.
I kind of wish when they shut them down, they get rid of them out of your subscriptions because like they haven't. That's been years since a post. I just get rid of it.
So he
just
basically runs,
sitting there.
Overkill. What was his channel? Is Overkill.
What was that other one? Wreck. That was so good. Then they got rid of it.
It's another one where they were breaking
smashing things. Like that was so good.
Oh, that was good. I know. Just that
was the last time I really watched him was with Wrecked.
But so he does Overkill now. But it was kind of funny though. When you have a name that's Overkill, and it's like, oh, yeah, this thing. And then when Twitter was introducing the new name branding,
introducing brain.
When they were the whole brand naming thing where you could get your name and your @ tag, he wanted to try and get the @Overkill tag, but he couldn't. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of hard because I even replied to him going, it's kind of hard when you've got a band called Overkill. There's a Korean group called Overkill. Like all these things called Overkill. Like you're not going to be able to. You'd have to get in there quick enough. And people are like, oh, maybe if you request to them, they might give it to you. It's like you kind of can't just take it away from someone else. It was first in, best dressed. You either got it.
But you can have the name, but you can't really own it.
Yes, it's the @ the @ which was different to the actual name. Like for us, I was kind of a bit. I think for us on Twitter, I took Beardy Bros. I didn't take Beardy Bros podcast. I literally took the Beardy Bros because I got in first and took it before anyone else could take Beardy Bros. So anyone that looks up Beardy Bros on Twitter, it would automatically link to us.
I made the Twitter.
Well, Instagram, Twitter. What was
Instagram? I don't know. Because remember, I locked the Twitter because I put the birth year as the year I made it.
No,
and I got locked out of
it. Instagram. Sorry, no, not Twitter.
I had to show ID and shit to say it was me. I'm like, fuck it out.
Yeah. No, so I can't remember what it was. It might have been Instagram.
What did I get for the Twitter then? Like, go for the Beardy Bros? Or Beardy Bros podcast?
I did something. I did one of them. No, what was it? YouTube. When YouTube did it. I think it might have been YouTube. I took the @ so it's just Beardy Bros. So like @Beardy Bros. I think it might have been podcasting. Sorry. But yeah, when you're looking at that, Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, on the other hand,
Twitter's just Beardy Bros.
Yeah, we did take just the Beardy Bros.
Yeah, Beardy Bros @Beardy_Bros. Yeah. Which is good because we're not confining just to the podcast. It's every.
We took the name so that we kind of brand that name. If anything was to happen, we got that branding. It's about being smart.
We can always add to it.
We could always make another one and just claim the other one if we wanted to. But Beardy Bros, it's easy to just claim the main thing, and then anyone tries to say anything, it's like, well, we own it. We claimed it.
We claim the name, bro.
But yeah, have you seen some of the crazy shit going on Twitter since the I sent you some of the stuff about the
What do you
FTC
mean
with
crazy shit?
the FTC had their court case yesterday between FTC and Phil
Oh, yeah, I'm
Spencer.
seeing the Phil Spencer stuff and
A
everything.
lot of
Like,
people are
they're just
putting
playing crybaby.
a lot of people have been putting words into Phil Spencer's mouth clearly because you look at the actual stuff of what's been out from the things and you can
Oh
see what
yeah,
they actually
people are over exaggerating it and stuff.
yeah, it's crazy. But it's kind of funny. But it's crazy how apparently how close it was that PlayStation nearly had fucking the possibility of PlayStation having Starfield as an exclusive.
Yeah, but the funny part, they're being petty and bought Bethesda because of that.
Literally, they literally did that. They literally bought.
They're
That's
like,
what he
I
said.
can't have it. I'm buying it. Like,
Literally, and he's worried. But it's like they're worried about because they saw and this was way, and then they're trying to bring up Final Fantasy 16 or whatever. Like this was done way before Final Fantasy 16 was in
the
the
thing that I
development.
realize is PlayStation are co-developing Final Fantasy 16 with Square Enix.
I know they're funding it. They're funding it.
Yeah, they literally said it wouldn't happen if they didn't get the funding for it.
Like they're going on about like, they're trying to block it from being. No, they're literally funding it. If they're funding it, they have the right to say where it wants to go. I mean, it's the same as Xbox buying Bethesda. They have the
Xbox did. People don't realize that what Sony done now is what Xbox and Microsoft did during the 360 era.
Yeah, they did that with a lot of games.
They limited and exclusived a lot of fucking things.
Mm-hmm.
Saints Row, for example.
Yeah.
Halo, for example. Gears of War, for example.
Halo and Gears, yeah, they kind of make sense. They're exclusive. But Saints Row, you look at it now, that's literally a multi-platform.
No, Gears was going to be third party. That Microsoft. Yeah. Because it was an Epic game.
Because I knew kind of technically Halo did that. I mean, not Halo. Xbox did do that with Halo when they were like, "Oh, it's going to be an Apple launch. We'll buy that. Thank you very."
They've been doing it since the beginning, bro, and now that no one says it. Microsoft did it first.
But the worst problem is when he brought up this is what got me, and that's why I said to you as well. It's like it got me the most. It goes,
They've always bought them.
We saw PlayStation get exclusivity of Ghostwire and Deathloop, but it's like they were timed exclusives. That's a different situation.
6 months or so. Who cares?
6 months to a year. So it's like, well, if that's the same point that you're analogizing to, this is what I'm getting at. If he's analogizing that Ghostwire and Deathloop are exclusives, does that also analogy can backfire on him, meaning that Starfield is a temporary exclusive? Like with that same logic, should that not mean that it's no longer an actual exclusive and should be multiplat? Like,
well, I just found out also from all this that remember how I said that Indiana Jones game was PS5 and Series X and that?
Yeah.
Apparently now it's just Xbox.
Yeah.
They literally just took they took it away.
Yeah.
Same as Starfield and Redfall, and they were all planned for both.
Mm-hmm. But apparently, what the excuse they're coming around on this too is that they weren't given. Xbox wasn't giving. Not Xbox. PlayStation wasn't giving Bethesda dev kits to work on the systems. That was the biggest excuse.
They're not given Activision if they sign with Microsoft.
This is apparently why they couldn't get Starfield to PlayStation in the end. Apparently, this is their thing was because they couldn't get access to PS5 dev kits.
Because you know why? You're getting fucking bored, and they don't want Xbox to have the information about the fucking console. Like that's what they're doing with Activision. If you sign with Microsoft, or if that goes through, and you're not getting this like the next console. Like no.
Yeah, it's like you got a fair work.
That's not given. You're giving the details to the competition right there.
Yeah.
People are up in arms like, oh, they're not going to...
But then the other thing is, too, is you know how everyone keeps saying... But this is the other thing, too. Like, I mean, he made sense to the whole console war thing. But the key word he said himself is, you know how everyone keeps going on how the Xbox is the most powerful system?
Oh, yeah.
Phil shut them down himself when they said they are both equally... what's the thing he said? There's something that they're both equally... in his vision, they are both equally...
Matched?
Equally... Where was it? It was on here somewhere. Which one was it? Third place. He already said something about Xbox being in third place. With the between there, that's the ZeniMax one. That is the.
Was the thing being live streamed or something?
Oh no.
Because everyone's talking about like they're all literally saying what's happening live and shit. Like it's crazy. How are they knowing this?
Because it was all pulled out from the court case. Because it was like you know how remember how everything was like legalized, like the whole Epic thing, Epic versus Apple and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Yeah, it's like that.
Yeah, people are all
Here we
fucking
go.
over it.
This is a quote. He said, "The PS5 and Xbox Series X shipped at the same time. From a form factor, these two functionally look more equivalent." So basically
Yeah.
saying they function the exact same way. They like he's basically saying you all need to shut up. One's not more powerful than the other. They function the exact same way. They're equally the same fucking unit. This is Phil Spencer, the head of Xbox, that says the Xbox is the same capability as a PlayStation. Like,
But the thing is, no, I don't know how they think it's good when Microsoft can just rip developers away from everyone else, like rip whole publishers.
But even he himself said he doesn't want to look at making anything exclusive from Activision because it would actually make Xbox look bad as a brand.
But yet they did it to Bethesda.
I know, that's the weird part with Bethesda. So I think that's the thing. I think
they literally stopped porting the games. They literally cancelled PS5
and
version.
I think the worst problem is because they can't go back on that now and try and remake games because it would be a port of it. I think he's learned his lesson and he goes, if we do this again, we are screwed.
Did you see recently that he said that future Bethesda game that will ship on Nintendo and PlayStation because they're not getting the money from making it exclusive?
Yep.
What did I say?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
They need PlayStation.
They literally, like I said, with the whole
Activision
Activision thing
they
too.
Need
Said
them.
even said he even said that with the whole COD thing. Goes, we couldn't pull COD because it makes too much money.
Well, the majority of sales, guess where? On PlayStation.
So if they keep it there, Xbox is going to make heaps of the money because it's a smart move for them to own it, sell it to the competitor.
They were complaining about that still. You know how like PlayStation gets 30% of the game of the per sale?
Yeah.
Phil Spencer said, I think it was him, he got his face on it. It's like they take 30% of that to make Xbox bad, to keep rivaling. It's like, well, that's the point of money, right? They get the money, they can use it however the fuck they want.
Yeah, that's their money. They sold the game. Like
30% isn't much. I mean, it is compared to a game, but like per PlayStation sale, 30%. You add that up, they're definitely going to buy another developer or. Like, fuck, it's just fucking business.
Yeah.
They're playing business correctly. Microsoft is buying everything like a spoiled kid. Oh, they're getting that. I want it. Rink.
Yeah. That's basically what Phil has said. Like he was scared because he like he stated he was scared of the competition, and he was scared that they were going to lose, so he had to do something so they could compete.
An exclusive deal for a year or 6 months is nothing compared to taking away a whole fucking publisher from a platform.
Yeah. Like I said, just to make a game because
what Xbox are doing here is pretty fucking dirty.
Like I said, because they were worried.
They're admitting to everything now, like
that's it.
Everything bad.
Like they were worried.
They said they wanted PlayStation to go under by taking these publishers.
To compete.
They literally said that.
Yeah, he's been honest about everything. But he also swore an oath through. He swore in the court. He swore an oath that he said that he would not take the games away from PlayStation as well. So he swore an oath in court.
Oh, so if he does do it, he's in fucking trouble.
Yep, he swore on oath. That's on the records. He swore an oath that he would not. He agreed that he will not take games away from PlayStation.
Activision games or both?
Any of the Activision, anything under the FTC, that whole Activision Blizzard thing.
I'm pretty sure like a lot of Bethesda in that game are coming to PlayStation anyway. So
I think we're getting. That's what I think we might see a
because they want the moolah.
And I think we will see this because everyone will play Starfield because this will be the biggest thing. Starfield's going to come out. Everyone's going to jump on it, but through Game Pass, the sales are going to be so low that they're going to fucking
Game Pass is going up by another $1 or $2. Depends where you live.
They're going to want to port it over or try and get a version made for the PS5. They're going to want to try and do it to try and make money.
Well, there already is one. Remember, like they cancelled it, so it is already one there.
They just have to update it, most probably.
They just got to convert other things over and polish it up.
Who knows what's going to happen?
And the Xbox, I think, starting September this year, has gone up $50. So it's $800
Yeah, the console's gone up.
They followed PlayStation, so all the stupid Xbox out there saying they wouldn't do it so quickly, it took them less than 6 months.
And everyone complaining, oh, why did PlayStation have to do this? Because now Xbox has to follow. No, they don't. It's literally
Yeah,
inflation.
they don't have to. They don't have to do it.
I mean, they didn't have to do it, but it's the inflation. That's why PlayStation did it.
They need
inflation.
no. They need the money, bro. They
Like,
just failing everything.
That's everyone's just.
They can't sell games. They can't like. It's Microsoft who has all the money. Xbox has nothing.
Pretty much.
They've already said that. They've already said that. Like Microsoft wants to get rid of Xbox. They want to just shove them out because they're not doing anything.
Yeah. It's.
Except it's opposite with PlayStation. They're funding Sony. So Sony need PlayStation to keep doing this to keep funding. Like,
yeah, that's crazy.
Xbox they will literally die if Microsoft just get rid of them unless someone buys them.
Yeah,
like a Sega or Nintendo or Ubisoft. Sony. Imagine if Sony bought Xbox. Fuck me. I don't reckon that could be possible
that wouldn't
but
work.
like,
it'd be like the FTC would like interject if that was something like that was to happen.
It'd be like something like Activision taking on Xbox.
Yeah, it'd be a whole fucking injection.
Because Xbox would be small, like if that's all by itself.
Well, what didn't they say though? Like, though everyone's complaining and being worried, but then the thing was that isn't it like a was it $3 trillion? Was it $30 trillion company? Xbox, Microsoft.
A $3 trillion is afraid of an 800 million. Or
yeah,
whatever.
80 billion. Like 3 trillion versus 80 billion. Like
80 million, yeah.
Like fuck. Like exactly. It's three.
Well, I put a tweet up. Did you see it?
I think there was. I know there was a few of them you put up.
It was where's my home? Where's my? I literally someone put that, and I was like, rich kid getting bullied.
yeah. That was hilarious. It cracked me up.
Well, that's what it is. Like, you got all this money, yet you've still got to pull publishers. Make your own deals.
Yeah.
If PlayStation are going after Starfield and that, you just could have counter-offered. You could have easily afforded to outbid it.
Right? Like.
But, as we've seen, developers, publishers don't want to work with Xbox. They literally will just take Sony's offer and that's it.
Yeah. There's too many weird issues.
Because we're seeing game being skipped on Xbox platforms now unless they beg for a port. Which is deserved because they're not going to buy the game anyway, but... They're not on Game Pass!
But I was going to say, speaking of Activision, one of their recent games that dropped...
Crash.
Oh, do I have it? Where is it? Crash! Team Rumble!
That Spyro there, or was that Crash 4?
Yeah, that was Spyro.
I thought so. I just saw a purple thing like Spyro. Crash Trilogy. I still want to get Crash Team Racing. That's a pretty good game.
Get it. It's cross.
Except for the microtransactions they fucking slid in.
Oh, it still doesn't really affect it.
No, but they just were like, after reviews are being good, it's like, we'll just sneak these in.
But yeah, so Crash Team Rumble, I mean, it's okay. There are a lot of extremely positive reviews out there.
Well, yeah, it's a good party game. Like, it's like Mario Party.
Kind of, but it's just one game mode.
Less features. Yeah, but less features. It's literally just like Mario Party. You play with a group of friends, you have fun.
But it's stress. I mean, to me, a few games have been stressful as fuck.
It's meant to be, though. Like,
I mean, it's kind of it's a game that's literally allows you to be a dick.
Yeah. Just keep beating them up with fucking dingadal and
shit. Just so you gotta run around and collect your Wumpa fruit and then go back to your base, deliver them, rinse and repeat. Like you just gotta get more points before the opponent. Right? Worst problem is I mean it's a smart move, but some people are dicks because there's like one character which is the female Entropy. She's kind of OP as fuck at the moment.
There's a female Entropy?
Yeah, so it's from Crash 4. But she's pretty much she's pretty much OP as fuck. So a lot of people will play as that character, camp your pad, so which is your Wumpa drop off point, and they'll camp it and just fucking keep whacking you, and you don't get a chance to fucking defend yourself. You gotta literally have the whole team come in and like attack them to get them off the pad, so you can start placing fruit again. So every time you get hit, you lose fruit. etc. etc. You lose fruit and health, but they just fucking sit there with their little attacks and you're just fucking dying. Like the amount of times they kept trying to come into the pad to clear them off the pad so we could score points. Because if you get hit, you get knocked off the pad. You either got a countdown timer to plant your fruit. So they'll have one of them on their team sit on your base and just fucking smack you, while the other 3 on that other team is running around grabbing everything, and you're trying to fucking grab and fight them and knock them off your base, and you just can't deliver because they fucking keep sitting there. It's like, fuck off! Get the fuck off my pad! And then other times there's like these defense moves you can do to like defend and do stuff, but there's this big dude, real big fucking gorilla orangutan motherfucker, and you can spawn him on the pad as well. So I've done it to the enemy team to be a dick. It's like, well, fuck you guys then. And if they sit on your pad, you can't get on your pad because he's the size of the pad, and you can't fucking deliver anything. And he's fucking powerful as fuck as well. It's like, fuck me, balance the game.
Whatever happened to Crytek making like a Rise sequel? Imagine the Rise game now.
Ooh. That'd be crazy.
On the Xbox One, that game looks fucking better than anything Microsoft have done since.
I know. But, yeah, I don't know.
I just saw that thing you talked about just then.
Yep, my post about
the testifying under oath that you'll make Call of Duty games the same on PlayStation.
Yeah.
So there's no downgrade. He's like, I'm making a commitment standing here that we will not pull COD from PlayStation. Sony has to allow us to do so, but my testimony is that we will continue to improve, we'll continue to ship COD on the PS platform.
Yeah.
So he literally said that under oath that if he breaks it in any way.
Uh-huh. But, I mean, but I was going to say, though, if you do decide to pick it up, maybe we could play it, but...
I will get it.
I don't know if it's going to last as long, though. I don't know, I just feel like the fad may wear off pretty quick, that's all. I might play a bit of it later.
Apparently he said on PlayStation 5, not 6.
Yeah, well, that's the only current system.
He's trying to get loopholes around that, I think.
Most probably, but...
Which you shouldn't be allowed to do, like, fuck.
No.
I reckon I'll call him out on some things a bit later.
Be part of the, yeah. Wait and see. Hold those receipts.
Get it all in writing and shit.
Hold those receipts. There'll be plenty of receipts. People bringing it up. But that's like before, where the possibility of like these games were going to come to PlayStation and end up changing their mind and pulling them. Like, that should be like, there should be something there under business where they were making something, but I don't know how that works. Like, making it for a platform and then pulling it. Like,
well, they can because they own
they
own Bethesda. Like, they can literally cancel whatever the fuck they want. Shame they didn't cancel Redfall.
And then the fact that like what we saw, that teaser title card for Elder Scrolls 6 in what, 2018, and
what,
that Elder Scrolls 6, they showed that
title
like
card 2020, like 2021 or something.
Wasn't it? Like 2018?
No, that was like way later than that. That was like a couple of years ago.
No, I'm sure it was 2018 when they announced that.
Was it?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, 2018 when they showed off the title card was 2018.
Elder Scrolls 6.
The announcement. Yeah, 2018. Yeah. 11th of June 2018. So the funny thing was, apparently Elder Scrolls 6 from this point in time is still another 5 years away.
Yeah.
Like,
because they're making Starfield. Like, who would have thought they would have not been doing that?
But it's just like, you announced a game in, 5 years ago, to then be like, oh yeah, the game's going to come in another 5 years. So that's 10 years from when you announced the game. Possibly then. 10 years from when you announced it to when it actually comes out. Why even bother announcing it?
And 20 years after Skyrim.
Like, really? Like, you should have just... Crazy, why even announce it? Like, you could have just held off on that. Like, I don't think they knew what they were doing.
It was nearly 20 years after Skyrim. That could be crazy. 20 years.
I mean, Elder Scrolls Online's still doing good for them, so I think that's maybe the issue. Not really an issue, because it's still...
That's a whole different team, though. That's a whole different...
But it's still same IP.
Then, like, Bethesda themselves are doing, like, Starfield and Elder Scrolls.
No, I mean, though, it's still the same IP, though. It's still the Elder Scrolls IP.
Oh, yeah.
So that's still that franchise, still, like, that Elder Scrolls franchise is still being carried by Elder Scrolls Online. So... But yeah, it's just crazy. Fucking wild.
Oh, the PlayStation version is undecided on Elder Scrolls 6, so... It still could happen or could not. Like, yeah, because Phil Spencer said it 5 years away, 5+ years, so it could be even longer.
Next, that's be like next system possibly. That's the crazy part. Like,
And he's
we're
being
already.
careful about mentioning which platforms.
Mm.
It's difficult for us to nail down. No, it's not. Just say it's
Because
next gen.
yeah, I know. Just say next gen. Exactly. Just be like,
Just
did you
say
know?
Xbox Series XY and
Because you know they must try and make it for the Series X.
P6.
That's why they must try and make it for the Series X and the S, and then whatever new system and then they won't know if it'll work for the PS, and then PS5 and the PS6 or whatever they call it. But again, he's trying to be coy, I guess, about what he's.
Well, I'm guessing he wants it. He doesn't want it exclusive, but he won't say it yet.
Yeah, because Elder Scrolls Online's on all
Because
platforms.
they would need the money from that. Like they would definitely need the money from all.
Yep.
Like I'm not Switch. That won't run on Switch.
No, God, no. Where'd the other one go? That fucking one they released. It was like a mobile and Switch. That fucking. What even happened to that? I forgot about that.
That
Scrolls?
Elder Scrolls
Blades? Yeah,
Blades.
like that just. Mobile and fucking Switch. Like, I remember playing it at one point and then. I don't even know what happened to it. I didn't play anymore
I
of
don't
it.
know, but it was dog shit from what I heard.
It wasn't bad, the intro, but yeah. Didn't keep me in.
Yeah, the intro's the only good thing about it. The gameplay was fucking
Intro's the
bullshit.
only good thing about Skyrim. Oh, you're finally awake.
That's all I've ever seen of Skyrim. I've seen nothing else really.
Memed the fuck out of, so.
Also, did you see the thing about Starfield? There's over 1,000 planets, right? Or some whatever it was. Only 10% have life on them.
Yep.
So 100 planets have life. The other 900 don't.
Uh huh.
That
Uh huh.
that's. I'm a bit sad by that. I was really sad by that. I'm the more I hear about Starfield, the more I'm just like I don't want to. I don't want to. And yet the people out here spending like $600 on a collector's edition for a game that might just be Skyrim in space, as everyone calls it, or
Yeah.
Fallout in space. Like, I like I'm torn, bro. Like I'll probably play it because it's on Game Pass, but it's just. Remember, it used to be hype for Xbox games.
I know.
I remember the days. Remember Halo 3. Remember fucking Gears of War 3. Gears of 4, 5. Fucking Forza. Now it's just like Redfall, Starfield, kind of, like. But what else do they have? Nothing this year. You
I
got
know.
stuff next year, but that's not even confirmed. Like, it just says 2024. That's it.
Getting my videos of.
That could be the end of the year, start of the year.
That's it.
Push back. Like,
Oh, why is it?
remember an Xbox during the 360 that they were pumping out titles.
I know.
They were pumping them out, man.
What's going on?
Like...
So yeah, there's a cap out. I don't know what's going on. Like I've been I've been posting stuff on TikTok lately, and they've been capping out, which is kind of annoying that they threshold you. Sometimes some people will be lucky enough and your videos will blow up, and a lot of times with me, my videos kind of cap out about the 240 mark. They start dwindling out, even though it's like doing really well. Like I'll post a video, it will shoot up in like the first minute of like a fair bit of views, and then it just peaks out like it just and then just stops.
TikTok though.
I was like, damn, like it just peaks out. Like it's got 22 likes, 3 favorites, and 250 views. It's just peaked out at 250 views. Like it's just stopped. Another video I did has 19 likes, fucking no favorites, but then 261. Like it's just again just got the point and just peaked out and just stopped. Just like god damn it.
We've got to talk about because I just got reminded. Insomniac posted a "Hey there"
Hey
on their
there.
Twitter like 18 hours ago with Craven and the dude he kills, which reminded me of that Craven movie's going to be insane.
Oh, that movie trailer for Craven was so good. I like they tweaked it up and made a little bit more sense
That's a
to it.
Sony movie, isn't it? Like it's done
Yeah,
by Sony.
yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be so
And we
good.
saw like the tease of Rhino as well, where he's like injected himself and like
Right.
he actually started turning into Rhino, like a Rhino hide. I was like, oh, I was like, that's so cool.
I'm just hoping that they don't overdo Craven.
Mm.
Because he's just been just a normal dude, right? Not what he is. Like he's got powers and shit.
Yeah,
Like
well, because the Craven in the comics, he would take a herbal remedy, like a medicine, that would
yeah,
give
but
him
he's
the
still a
strength and the
mortal
height.
like
Yeah, he was just a man,
dude.
but he would take the herbal and he would like give him the strength and he would give him the height
Yeah.
and senses, like the vision and the hearing, like it would just give him and the sense of smell. But like
But this seems way different. This
he
is
got
way left
he
field.
got gnawed by like a lion when he was younger hunting, and then the lion's blood drips into him, and he like gets infused with like this mutant lion blood,
He had the cat's eyes
and
and
he gets the full actual he actually gets the senses and the speed and the strength. I'm like, oh, that's a cool little twist. Like that's not like they
but
make
yeah,
a
we don't
mutation.
know about the Spider-Man 2 either. Like it could be that way as well.
Mm.
Who knows? We just
So
seen him just talking all the time. So
we don't even know like which universe that is in. So it'd be interesting. Is it part of?
it'd be with Spider-Man and Venom, I reckon.
Also, I'm saying like, but that's what I'm saying though, because Venom is apparently rumored to be Garfield's universe. That was the rumor. He was basically his timeline. But there's like
Yeah,
Craven.
but Tom Holland was in the Venom 2 one. You're like Tom Holland's picture.
It was no, it was at the end because he came over to the universe because Venom
Yeah,
jumped timelines at the end and he came over
yeah.
to the Holland timeline and then he went back to his timeline. So that's the thing. So, but then again with Craven, is Craven actually part of the Holland timeline, or is he
Hmm.
Garfield's timeline?
Oh, would he
Or
be in the new Spider-Man? Like, who fucking knows?
like that's what I mean. It'd be interesting to see which timeline because we did see like in a sense we did see
Because this is Tom Holland's last one. Because I think Miles is taken over
yeah.
after this one.
Mm.
So would we get Craven or would Miles get Craven? Like, who knows?
It'd be interesting to see how they do it, but
Because they're changing Craven, so I'm guessing they're going with another
yeah.
not typical storyline. Like,
Well, it's kind of cool. Like you had Russell Crowe as his dad, but he sounded more like
yeah,
Craven. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
when I heard the voice, I'm like, oh, but I was like, wait, that's his dad. I was like, oh, this is cool.
And he had the gruffness going on as well, like
Yeah, I was like, that's cool
with
to see.
the
Like,
look.
yeah, and then he had his own look, and it's cool because we see Craven, but we actually see an origin, which we haven't really had an origin for a while because everyone kept going, you know, we don't want origin stories, blah blah blah. But now we're actually getting an origin story again, which might be a nice fresh take to origins. So it'd be interesting to see.
So that'd be fucking cool.
I like it.
Craven comes out soon, like end of the year, I think. So
We got Indiana Jones this month, and then
I'm on Craven.
Craven
That looks way fucking better than anything
October,
else.
I think it was.
Yeah, that's not that far off. It's a couple of months.
Hmm.
Comes out the same month as Spider-Man. Coincidence?
Yeah, the game which has Craven in it, and he kind of looked like him though too, an older version, like that style.
Oh, this one on the game's older version. Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. It looked like him, but like an older version. It looked like what's his name? What's the actor's name? I can't remember.
Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah, it looked like an older version of him.
Is that the same guy who was in fucking Bullet Train? Is that the British guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fucking keen because he's a fucking good actor.
He was in Kick-Ass, and he was Quicksilver.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Bullet Train's his best role because that was so fucking good.
Nah, he's so good. He's so good.
You gotta get the guy in the hat.
Nah, he's such
like,
a good actor.
Guy in the hat.
He's such a good actor.
Yeah, but he was weirdly done in the Marvel stuff though. Like he was done dirty.
The whole Quicksilver thing was to speed up
But no, like
pretense. Like
when I was watching Bullet Train, I was like, he looks familiar.
and the stash he had.
Yeah.
So I think it was around the time close to when he.
You forget that he's fucking British though, because in the other he was like playing American and stuff.
Yeah.
There's like he's fucking British. I forgot about that.
That's what I mean. No, I'm keen. But like I said, he looks just even how they've designed the suit looks very similar to the games one. Because I know like their suits very similar in general, but like this looked very much the same. I was like, what the hell? Like
It's got the open middle.
because they're
like,
always
it's got
open,
the
but like there's
vest.
certain shape, like certain things, like the lion's head's always slightly different design. But like the fact that the designs were very much the same, like not just like oh here's a lion's head, like it was like nearly exactly the same, accurate. I was like, what
Which
the
is
fuck?
different from the Spider-Man 2 one, which looked like a bear or something around his.
So did we have Rhino in the game? The first game, wasn't he?
Yeah, in the first and Miles Morales.
Is this?
Remember you had to ride him when you're Miles and you put it to the fucking shopping mall.
Yeah, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've seen that. What does he look like in that?
He looks like a runner. He's a robotic dude, I think.
Because I know they had that in the Amazing Spider-Man.
He's not a rhino in there, I don't think. The job change in Craven movie, is he an actual fucking rhino? Like,
yeah, well, he actually injected himself with the thing and actually turned in. Because in the original cartoon,
Rhino's not a rhino though. He's in a suit.
well, that was actually hinted in. Was it which game was it in? Which Spider-Man game was it? Was it the Andrew Garfield game where they actually had the Rhino in the game? He was actually a Rhino.
No, it was the movie Amazing Spider-Man 2. He had Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. But no,
in the big Rhino machine.
He was in the Rhino machine. But wasn't there another Rhino in a different Spider-Man game that was actually more organic? It was an organic.
I don't know. I think it was the old one. Yeah.
Was it the Tobey Maguire one?
Oh, maybe it was Toby. I don't know.
I'm trying
Rhino. I'm looking at Rhino. He's just a big guy with a suit on, with a rhino horn. Which they're not going that route with the movie. He's literally turning into a fucking rhino.
Because the Beanox ones made him very organic.
I'm hoping it's not a two-legged rhino. I'm hoping they made him like an actual rhino. Like on four legs, and he just charges things. That'd be amazing. He's Santa Claus. He's Santa Claus by Peter Parker. What the fuck? He's part of Sinister Six, so he's going to be in this next game too, I think.
Yeah.
Because you don't get rid of him in the first two.
Who was he in?
You kind of capture him twice. Yeah. Aleski Stochevich.
Okay.
He looks so cool in the games though. He looks so cool.
So, oh, my phone died. Yeah. So in the Amazing Spider-Man game, they literally had an organic rhino. Which, if it's the Amazing Spider-Man, which was technically the game based off of Andrew Garfield's one, but that means we had two rhinos because we have a rhino in a mech suit as well. But then we also see an actual organic one where he was hybrided between a human and a rhino.
Which this one is organic. The one we're getting Craven.
So I'm like, is this then technically backtracking on that rhino, and is this part of the Garfield universe?
Yeah, I don't think they're counting those other movies.
So like, that's the weird thing because
Rhino's already in there. Rhino's in the joint mech.
That's what I mean though. But if you go by games analogy, you had in the first Amazing Spider-Man game before the second movie came out, there was an organic rhino in the game, but then the game's based off the movie. Like what?
They're not tied in though.
No,
really.
but like that's what gets me is like when they make movie games. So it's like we've got a game that's based off a movie, but we've added these extra characters.
I'm thinking this new Rhino is Holland's because we've already got Rhino in the old one
with the mech
Garfield. We've got the Paul Giamatti in the fucking machine.
But that's exactly. Like, but that's what I'm just coming back to, ignoring.
You can't have two rhinos.
Well, that's what I'm getting at. So going back from the fact that we got Rhino from Craven, take the Craven out of that concept.
Could it be? You know how Spider-Man, like Tobey Maguire, hear me out on this. Remember how he could have this new Rhino? Like,
well, that's the other thing too. But that's what I'm saying. But besides that, the joke being, which I think is kind of funny now to think about it. That's what I'm saying though. So if we go movie games, right? So like I was saying, with Rhino being the organic Rhino in the Amazing Spider-Man game, that universe technically if you go from Garfield's game universe, there's two rhinos in his universe. There's organic in the first game, and then the mech in the second. What the fuck are they doing?
I mean, it's Activision, right? Who made it? So
because it was like I think it was a splice where it was Rhino injected with human DNA, and he transformed so he's like almost the consciousness of a human, but like he looks humanoid. It's really fucked up how they did it in the first game. It's really fucked. Because I remember you going into the lab and then they
changed it,
and then they were trying to do
maybe more synced,
like because in that universe they were trying to reverse. So you know how like they had the spider. I think they were trying to reverse science. So instead of infecting people with mutations, they wanted to. What if you infected animals with human DNA. It's so stupid.
There's actually a game of that, like not with humans, but remember
It's done by
there was an
beanbags.
there was an animal splicing game that was pretty fucking good. You
Oh,
could make sharks with like legs and shit. Like
yeah. What was that? Like it was actually high
what
detail
was that
splicing. You
called?
actually shoot like
Impossible creatures or
oh,
something? Let me have a look.
and you
Impossible
could actually yeah, you go like
creatures.
get a frog DNA and mix it with a dog, and it had like a
Yeah.
dog with a frog's head or a frog with a dog's head. You know,
Impossible creatures. Is
something
it a
like that.
game? Is it a game?
Yeah, it
Is it
was
that
some
one?
game. There was some weird thing back in the day. I do
Oh, it
remember that.
is. Came out in 2003.
So it was Impossible Creatures. Was it? You remember
I
the name?
think you could make like some weird ass like a rhino monkey and
Yeah,
shit.
you
Like
actually picked the actual. Yeah, I remember that.
it's
Fuck me.
$3 on Steam right now. No, on GOG.
Oh, I kind of want to play that again.
I remember that game. You used to. I
Holy
made like a
shit!
fish. There's a fish
Yeah,
body with like legs,
yeah, and it was like with a dog. It was like a dogfish. It was just a fish,
and you
literally
can
with
like
dog's legs.
splice a baboon and a rhino like that, and it's like a
Yeah,
running rhino, the
yeah, and you
baboon
could
body.
shuffle it and re-splice it, and and then you could have that and then splice it
Yeah,
again. It was
it was
fucked.
actually an RTS. Like it was a like
Yeah,
so good.
I
I
remember
used
that
to
was.
have that.
I remember like Spore was good, but like that was a different thing altogether. Just actually picking creatures to splice together.
This you could choose like the head, the back, the front leg, the back leg, and the tail.
Yeah,
You could all different things.
yeah.
Like it's between two creatures. It's like
Oh,
where are these games now? Like
right. These were
if you haven't
innovative.
done it
These
already, look up Impossible Creatures.
these were
Fucking get that
innovative.
shit.
I'm gonna look at it.
Impossible. I'll see
I'm
on
going to
Steam.
look at it. Yeah, have a look. It's got to
Oh,
be
that one on GOG. Impossible. Whoops. I spelled it
implausible.
wrong.
Implausible. Implausible.
Implausible. That's what it should be. Impossible Creatures. Oh, Steam Edition.
How much?
AHQ Nordic did it. Woo! Similar to games you played, Starship Troopers. Put on my wish list. It's $14.50. That's not too bad.
Not bad.
Fully remastered to work with modern systems.
Oh,
like
have
the
you
Plus.
played? Have you played Starship Troopers?
Not the new one.
Not the new one yet.
I got the RTS one.
Yep.
Yeah, like Impossible Creatures was like I don't know how I just thought of that when you said this freaking splicing. I'm like, I know a game like that.
But the fact that you remembered it to a T of what it was called, like that's crazy.
I used to play the shit out of it.
Yeah, that game was
Was it-
good. As soon as you mentioned it as well, as soon as you mentioned, I knew exactly what you were talking about. It triggered a core memory in my brain. I was like, I remember that game. Like, it wasn't the best graphics because of the.
They made a
times.
hammerhead shark on a tiger.
Yeah, I remember that. It was running around like, and it had the big fucking head.
Yeah.
The promos for that was hilarious.
It was so. It's like Age of Empires and that, but like you got these cool ass creatures
Yeah.
that you're frightened.
You
Now
splice
I got it
up.
on the freaking wish list.
Oh, that'd be good to play. That's funny as.
I my brain's weird for remembering shit like that.
It happens.
I
That's fucking classic. That's fucking.
splice and it's like I know what it is.
But yeah, no, those games are fucking. I mean, Spider-Man's got some of the best games out there.
I mean, they weren't the best games technically in that, but they were
But
doing something different in the gaming way. Like,
the fact that they made like a Spider-Man game, not a web swinging game, and there was like one of them where it was just like literally a fighting game.
and the one where he swings from the fucking sky, however he clings on, I have no fucking idea, just like straight up.
The original games, yeah.
And you fell to your death. You just go into all this mist below. But the games were hard though.
Oh, good.
I just
Such good time. Good.
never got Insomniac just doing the God's work and making
I
us.
need to get myself Miles though. I do want to pick up Miles. Get that for the PS4.
We got Insomniac just doing the God's work and giving us the best of all the fucking games. Story, swinging, gameplay, like everything. All on fucking 10 cylinders going full forward.
So good.
Full force.
Full forward. Not holding.
Going full forward, bro.
Forward F150. Was it 150 truck?
Spider-Man, 20th October. I got my collectors pre-ordered. I'm fucking
A
excited.
lot of games coming out this year. A lot of fucking games.
That's why I pre-order that now because I'm just
Oh.
like, I can just pay that off with Afterpay. I'm happy.
Yeah, that's it.
And then I do more games and They'll just start turning up randomly, like, oh, game.
I might start pre-ordering something soon. Who knows? Might put some money aside, start saving up some pennies. Maybe get a PS5.
Yeah,
Since I'll
you
be
need a
having
PS5, man.
having extra money coming back in soon, so maybe like because I need to do that because I've been living so limited. I
Look,
need
you
to
don't
put
need an
that
Xbox
extra.
because you've already got one.
Yeah.
And you can play Game Pass on PC, so...
Well, my PC's it'd be nice just to have an Xbox as well. It
Get a
would be nice.
PS5 before that, because you can play way
But
different games.
I
Like,
might, like I said, I might look at doing that because the money's coming back in. I know it's been tight, but the fact I've been living so low, I need to learn to be like, okay, I've been living so tight, use that extra money to be a little bit better, but then put the other money aside and save it.
yeah,
So I need
it's
to start
always
doing
it's
that.
always tough.
So I need to start doing that. So since I've been living so limited, we'll be able to push that back up a little bit.
It's like I lost my sauce. I went from living up here to like,
Yeah. But I don't think anything's held my sauce these days. I don't think anyone's.
I've had the took streaming's gone completely.
Yep. That's
I'm
crazy.
like, ooh, they had a good thing going.
Uh huh.
I got like, I was
Well,
playing guitar for a week straight,
streaming.
and I got
I don't know how it's going to go because there is rumors. Who knows what they're going to do? But if
what?
well, what presumably what people are talking about, what Kick might do, which is crazy. If they actually implemented it, which was actually paying every streamer a steady rate of pay.
How much are they making to do that?
Well, they're saying that if you stream, like their contract would be, and this could be anyone, you could be an affiliate, like a known, like it should be all streamers. So you wouldn't even have to be
Yeah, but then
affiliated
you
or
get
anything.
everyone doing it. They'll take it away to certain streamers, and
So the fact that's the scary part.
it's
Like, the
going to
reason
be a privilege thing now. For like, just
it
think
would have to
if they
be.
implement that right now, people on there will be getting that. Other people will join like by the probably thousands. They'll ruin it.
Oh, well, they would love it because they would have more people coming to their platform. See, they're like, oh yeah, more people to our platform. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
more people streaming, less people watching.
Mm. So, but they were saying that if the agreement would be, you would have to stream 4 hours a day for 30 days consecutively, which wouldn't be that hard. You'd have to have a camera,
No,
so you have to have a camera as well. There's a few.
there's still gonna be a catch to it. They're gonna take it away at some point.
So it's 4 hours a day for 30
They're
days. So
trying
it's
to
like for the
they're
full
trying to
30
get the
days.
numbers.
Apparently, you would have to have a face cam, so you'd have to have a camera at all, and you couldn't do sleep streams. And they were gonna apparently would be $16 US an hour. I'm like, fuck, if they did that, that would be like $20 here an hour.
Oh, was that
$19,
only 4 hours you're allowed to stream?
4 hours. All you would have to do to meet the requirements is stream 4 hours a day. You could stream more than that. You just couldn't do less than 4 hours a day. I don't know if it was going to actually be an exact 30 days every month, but if it was, that wouldn't be bad. Like, you could squeeze in any time, do the 4 hours. Be like, oh, I'm going to go. You take your phone out and make sure it's charged and you stream.
I couldn't do that. I would never just leave Twitch just for fucking money.
But like, that's crazy if they actually do
I have
that.
a community, like, fuck me.
But like, if
People have communities. If they just ditch them, they shouldn't even have them.
some of the people are able to pull their communities across, though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah,
I
but
don't
not
know.
every person will go, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I'll
no,
just find
it's
the next person on Twitch.
Yeah. But I mean,
Or
it's just
YouTube
crazy
or-
if they decide to implement that they're able to play that. It's like, fuck, that's insane if they have that much money. Like, that's fucked. But I was like, fuck. I was like, that's even crazy to think of, like, a main streaming platform that would be paying an hourly rate, not just based off your earnings from subscribers and fucking bits and shit. Like, what the fuck?
That won't last too long
It
if
would-
everyone jumps over.
Oh, 100%. That's just a gimmick to try and... Cause that's like, Dr. Disrespect posted. He goes... He made a joke about going, "Where's you'll see me over there with my $50 million deal." Oh, like, you damn. And it's like
$50 million.
$50 million, and we can start talking. And he had his like little screenshot, like the black and white with the green box thing that everyone
Yeah,
does.
imagine the doc fucking going for 16 an hour. Oh,
Oh, kid's $50 million paycheck and then 16 an hour. I wouldn't. He'd be laughing. That extra money. He streams all the
fuck
time.
that.
But yeah, we got anything
He
else?
knows it won't last. That's why he wouldn't be doing it.
You got anything else, Jim?
Oh, I said that. When we talking about the Nintendo stuff,
Yeah.
We also had a Metal Gear Solid collection release date,
Oh yeah, they talked about that. Yeah, the whole pack.
October 24th. So another in that fucking window.
It's digital. I think they didn't talk about physical
No, that's physical.
because they didn't say anything. Well, with Nintendo, they didn't say anything about physical. They just talked about
No, but there will be
yeah.
physical coming out then. I'm
Like-
assuming. Let me have a look at JB and
Because
stuff,
it would be
because
nice to get a physical.
it's on the Switch, so it would have to be a physical. It wouldn't just be a download on there, surely.
Sometimes you might be able to buy it and then download in parts or something. It'd be quite big for the fucking Switch. Jeez.
Yeah, no, not really. They're the HD collection ones. They're not
Compressed.
that big.
No, but
No,
still a
just the
lot of
HD
games.
collection ones.
There's
4,
still a lot of
5?
games. Yeah, still a
You
fair
got the
bit.
3 base, and you got the Metal Gear 2. What am I looking for? Metal Gear.
But the fact that the first Metal Gear would come to other platforms, like
Yeah, the first and second Metal Gear 2.
you can get Metal Gear, Metal Gear 2,
Oh!
Metal Gear 3.
You can pre-order them. They're physical.
Physical.
$89.
Oh, that's not bad.
Not bad. And
that-
everything.
that
Xbox Series
the
X,
original ones too?
Switch, and PS5.
There's a shit ton. There's like 7, 8 games in it. Yeah. Because you got
No,
one. You got 1, 2, 3. I think
Yeah,
wasn't it?
24th October.
One, 2, and 3. The Peace Walker,
Nope.
isn't it?
Peace Walker's not in the collection one.
I thought it was.
What you get is Metal Gear 2 Solid Snake, Metal Gear Solid including VR missions, special missions, Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty HD collection,
Yep.
Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater HD collection,
Oh, yeah,
Metal
there
Gear NES FC version, and Snake's Revenge.
Yeah. Still a bunch of games though. Fuck me.
Then you get videos. You get digital graphic novel of Metal Gear Solid 2 and 1.
Well, the fact that you get both
Then
copies
you get
of 2. That's the crazy part. You get both copies of 2 in that pack.
the Metal Gear Solid screenplay book, Metal Gear Solid Master book, Metal Gear Solid 2 screenplay master, Metal Gear Solid
that'd
3
be cool.
screenplay master, Metal Gear 2 screenplay master, like
You can play
Metal
the
Gear
Xbox
Solid
exclusive.
digital soundtrack.
You can play the Xbox exclusive Metal Gear 2.
What?
Sons.
Oh, the VR mission one.
No. Liberty? Sons of Liberty? No, wait. That's 4.
Sons of Liberty's on PS2.
Yeah.
That's literally what the second game is. Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of
There's
Liberty.
a Xbox One and a PlayStation One. There's 2 different.
You mean the Subsistence?
Where is it?
I think that's 3, isn't it? Subsistence?
Oh no, it's Subsistence is the one on Xbox.
Yeah, but the Xbox, that one, let me have a look. I got them both here. Do you get on the Xbox, you get, nope, you get Sons of Liberty. You get the HD collection version still. You get 2 novels for each game. That's crazy.
Metal Gear.
Yeah, that's the original. That's Metal Gear Solid, isn't it? Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty.
Uh-huh.
Metal Gear Solid 2, Substance.
Yeah, that's the shitty port that they
It's like
fucking
a
did.
different. Yeah, it's weird. It's slightly different as well.
You stick with the PS2 one, it's way
And
fucking better.
Snake Eater.
Yeah, that's because I had, I think, too.
And then Portable Ops.
Crazy to think that they're all on PS2, like everything up until 4. PS1, PS2,
And then Peace Walker.
PSP.
And then Acid. And Acid 2.
That no one likes. No one talks about acids.
No one talks about acids.
No.
And My Invisible Receipt.
Yeah, because they just disappeared, don't they? They just vanish.
But yeah, these
I didn't know they're actually out for pre-order. I just thought they got a release date. That's it.
That's cool.
$89. I might pick it up for
Yeah, I'll definitely-
Switch 2.
The thing's still in its
Imagine
packet.
being Metal Gear, the first 3 games and that on the Switch. So when you're traveling, you just play Metal Gear. Like,
Oh, that's right. They had that VR, the Solid Eye. You could put the little thing, like this thing here. You put it, you make the box, and you put it around your PSP, and you could like look through it.
fucking hell.
It's still in its packet.
The fucking gimmicks they used to have.
2-bit. It says on the thing, 2-bit acid. 2-bit acid.
What's the price at
Including-
EB? Do you reckon? It's 89 at JB. What's that, like 100 odd maybe at EB.
Yeah,
We're being realistic here. Like they do jack the price up a fuck ton.
Metal Gear Solid.
I like if they don't. Like if they don't have it. Oh, they do have it. Guess how much it is, boy?
100.
Yep.
$100.
An extra $10.
Oh my god. They all be a player book.
EB can make it one price. Why can't they? They're the exact same fucking like. By rights, if they had it the same price as JB, people will buy from EB a lot more. I think they do buy from EB a lot though because they're nowhere near going under. Unlike like GameStop and that, which is actually pretty good. And when you think about it,
When did Metal Gear come out?
when did what come out?
Metal Gear 1, Metal Gear Solid.
Oh, that's on the Metal Gear Solid was PS1, so
Yeah, when did that come
90s, 90s, 98, I think 99,
True.
98 or 99, maybe even 97.
This offer
Somewhere
expired
around
in
there.
2003. Send away and get a free PC game.
Metal Gear Solid.
Say on the back, does it have copyright?
I'm at 1998.
Copyright 1994.
And apparently, the Metal Gear Solid 4 remaster got leaked for PS5. That's
Wow.
that'd be pretty fucking cool, wouldn't it?
Oh, I don't know. They're also available. Metal Gear Solid Special Missions. Oh, I need to find that and buy that.
What?
Metal Gear Solid Special Missions.
That's what's in this pack.
I need to buy it standalone.
Have fun with that. It'd be fucking expensive as fuck, I reckon.
I need it for my collection.
It's gonna be expensive though.
You understand it for my collection?
What?
I need it for my collection.
Oh fuck! What are you doing?
Yeah, that's crazy. I got all these games. That's crazy. I got 4 somewhere.
Not really. Kojima literally still has a lot of story to tell for that too, I bet. Because that was never finished, really.
Yeah.
I mean, 5 was the last game to be, I think, but like, he never really finished the story. He still had more to say from other characters.
Yeah, there it is. I need to play that too.
Knocked out of my collection.
Metal Gear Solid 4.
I don't know how you don't have the cardboard for it though. That's fucking weird.
Oh my god.
I found that weird how you said it's like when I said I got a cardboard sleeve. You're like, what?
Yes.
You're like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks weird about the cardboard sleeve.
Metal Gear Solid 4 for the PS3. Reason was because I must have bought it second hand because I got it for $29.
Yeah, that's about the right price.
29.
Not second. I mean, that would not be a new one for $24, but
Got it from Game. Do you remember when Game?
I must have got it from second hand. They're still around, I think.
No, not anymore.
Oh, aren't they?
No, not really.
No way.
I paid with $50 and I got the scratch warranty, so it's an extra $3. I bought this in.
I bought this. What?
2010.
I bought this in
28th of the
2 years later.
28th of the
quite
first,
new at that point.
2010.
Fuck.
For
You could have
$29.
bought that new with the sleeve.
No one had it. That's why I would have bought it.
Yeah, because it actually did sell pretty fucking well.
So that will go there like that. I need to buy then some games that go with it. You know what I saw physically, which I didn't buy? A physical copy of Metal Gear Survivors. I saw a physical copy.
What?
Metal Gear Survivors.
Why don't you get from eBay for like fucking $10?
Yeah, I actually saw a copy. I was like, ooh, I should buy it for my collection. Just because it's a Metal Gear. Like, it's not, but it is, if you know what I'm saying.
It is Metal Gear, but it's not Metal Gear Solid. Is it just Metal Gear Survive or Solid Survive? I don't know.
I can't remember now. Because there was 4, and then there was it? There was What was the one they did before 5? It was
Phantom Pain is 5.
there was like that preload thing, the peace was it? Peacemaker? No.
Peace Ups? No.
Peacemaker? Was it?
Peace. you talk about before 5, right? Like
Yeah,
the one, the prequel to 5?
Yeah, they've released it individually.
That's Metal Gear Solid Ground Zeroes.
Ground Zeroes, yeah. They released it as a standalone.
Hey, they give you a mission before 5.
So weird though. They give
literally
you, but they released it as a standalone thing, but it's like a mission, isn't it? Like,
It's an open mission, like it's a pretty lengthy thing.
like it's on its own.
It's literally you infiltrating a base camp and doing stuff.
I need to have a look because I think I'm gonna have to have a look at what I'm missing from my collection.
Ground Zeroes is good. Like it's when you get introduced to Snake when he's before 5.
Yeah, and then
It literally is a prequel to 5.
Yeah. It's that mission. It explains why everything went wrong, kind of thing, or whatever happened. Is that mission leading into it? Like before he lost his arm or whatever it was, wasn't it?
Different Snake. That's Venom Snake, I think.
So I played 5.
Oh no, because you can literally have Solid Snake,
I can't remember.
Boss, and Venom Snake, because Venom Snake is who you are, which you don't know until later.
Yeah, it's crazy. Because I remember playing 5 where I almost remember waking up and he's just like, oh, and they're like, no, and then they put the arm on and everything's there and he's like, you gotta run through the hospital.
Yeah, that's Venom, I think.
I was like, fucking hell. That was crazy. I was like, damn.
Because Old Snake is in 4.
And since that's on both,
he's got both arms.
Yeah.
And Solid Snake has both arms, so that's Venom, I think.
Yeah, it was something about that clone or something like that, wasn't he?
They're all clones.
Yeah, it's all fucking weird. It's crazy. Fucking that's Hideo for that's Kojima for you. Coming up with crazy stories, but
Kojima's probably cloned.
But I don't know. Is that it?
Yeah,
is that
I would not put it beyond him to clone
all we
himself,
got?
just to have another Kojima.
No, wow. He would if he
Another
could.
Hideo Kojima, who ages rapidly.
Oh, fucking hell.
Isn't it funny how like Solid Snake is older than Big Boss? Like eventually, because he ages quicker. Like
Yeah.
he's still 40, but he looks 90 or 80, or the fuck he looks like.
Yeah.
Like he's still a 40-year-old, but he's like, cause when you play Metal Gear Solid 4, if you cough, you can alert the enemies and stuff. That's fucked. Like you have a ciggy, it's like, it's like
They can see it. Yeah.
fuck.
That's ridiculous.
How much detail in them games, man? Like, where is all that now?
I know.
Who's doing that other than Kojima and like Death Stranding and shit?
I know.
Like you got the cardboard box. They're not gonna see me. They don't see you. There's a box moving, but it's like, eh.
It's just the rats.
But you cough from a cigar. It's like,
whose footprints are these? Huh?
And the fucking camo when you lay on the different surfaces, your camo change and in 4, like that's so good.
I know, that was cool.
The thing of that game though, that game is massive for its time. 2008.
I need to play 4 again.
I'm gonna try and platinum all the games, but they're hard, man.
It's just I want to play them all.
3 is hard because you gotta shoot the fucking frogs.
Go back over them. Oh, it'd be nice to play 1 again as an adult, like actually with a different mindset.
Well, 3's got to get the remake, so you can play that.
Yeah.
Instead of that shitty, it's not shitty version, but you get the upgraded luxuries of different controls, better AI, better everything else.
That's it.
Metal Gear Solid, I've never played that.
It'd be nice to play a more compatible version.
You can play it on the new release.
Yeah.
I'm playing on PS5 finally.
Play the first one. Because you never played the first one, did you?
No, I did not. I always heard about it.
It'd be nice to play it on a more compatible system nowadays, more responsive, hopefully.
On a better better controls, better everything.
So much fun, so much fun. But is that it? Is it all you got?
That is all I got.
We want to wrap it up.
Yes.
It's nearly. Oh, that's a good time.
It's about. Oh fuck, we're in for like 2 hours nearly.
Yeah.
But if I just do something weird, hang on. I've got really nothing to talk about. We already talked about everything else.
That's it. I think it's been another good week. This one's better than last week, personally, my taste.
I didn't watch a Nintendo thing, so I just saw snippets of games and that.
Watch my video and skip to the. I'll show you. Actually, I'll show you after. After this is done, I'll bring it up and I'll skip to it. It's fucking hilarious. I might make a snip of it and put it up on the fucking Beardy Bros. Who knows yet?
Do it. As always, we thank you, beardies and beardettes, for joining us on episode. Was it 25? 26. 25. My book's gone. I've put it away. We appreciate you. Thank you for watching, listening, and we have been Dale and Jim. And we'll catch you guys next week. Bye-bye.
I don't know where else was going with it.
Oh, and...
yeah, clicked it, you're like muted. Deafened almost.
Yeah, the song going, but then it's like, fuck me. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop.